You can see we've got yellow and white. You can use like circle cookie cutters to make like perfectly round ones like this guy. Or you can just go for it and roll out a piece of putty and press, which most of mine end up being that, just rolled out. And I also, it's possible to roll a blob of putty and press objects into. So that's essentially what I did with that one, was create a ball, and then I've used the cap of a medicine bottle and put inside. So I'm just gonna make a really small one here. The trick is definitely getting 2 equal size balls of the putty. And you can weigh it out if you want to be as precise as possible, but it really doesn't matter too much as long as you get close to equal amounts. And then we take the white and the gold and begin molding it together and kneading it as quick as possible, because again, you have approximately 3 to 5 minutes to get this part together before it starts hardening. And I'm just shooting for a homogeneous yellow. But if I see streaks of white, that's always going to stay slightly soft, even if I'm attempting to make a mold, like you'll find it flake off. So now I have that fairly homogeneous, my new word, homogeneous. So I'm gonna roll that into a ball. Look for the side that has the least amount of seams. And then I'm gonna roll it to a thickness that works for me. And it depends on what I'm doing. So like these were just earrings, so I could use a really thin piece. The seashells, I'm gonna need a little more depth to get the dimension. So I'm just rolling that out into something that works for me. And then I like to place, if I'm doing multiples, I like to place multiple objects on first so I can see where fit should be, and then press. Press to the depth that you want. And I can actually push that section toward that seashell. If I feel like I've hit the bottom, which I think I got really close, this could be really thin, and actually I have gotten really thin. So I'd want to make sure I don't pop that when I'm pulling out the piece. And that's all there is to it. Basically press the piece in, let it sit for 20 minutes, it cures, you pop it back out, and then you have a wonderful mold that you can use over and over for making 200 pills for a medicine cake, or the seashells for a new mermaid cake. And the great thing about that is you can find seashells that you like the size-wise. Right now, most of the molds on the market are really large seashells. Well, if you wanted some variety, you would want some small ones. So just pull your seashell collection, find your favorites, press into the mold, and voila. I also really like how much depth you can get. This was from just a resin rose mold, and once pressed into the putty, I can get fondant, gum paste, chocolate to come out with all of this detail. We also did the same thing with a cameo, which I love. So you can always do impression mats from found objects. This one actually, this is from shelf liner. And I was like, ooh, cool texture. I want that. I've done really cool papers from the scrapbooking departments. Get some nice stiff papers, roll out a thin piece, and then put your paper on top and roll it, and you get the same pattern. So it works great for recreating impression mats that you wouldn't want, especially if you only need it once. This is a lot less expensive than buying, if you're only gonna get to use it once, or if you're trying to make something unique and you can't find it on the market. You're just gonna clean it in normal dish detergent, like good old Dawn dish detergent in hot water. And this putty is good up to 400 degrees.